Story time. Today we're going to talk about karma. For those who don't know, I grew up in the Bronx in a predominantly Italian neighborhood, and we were the second black family in the 70s, late 70s, that moved in on my block. So most of my friends were Italian or Puerto Rican. So I grew up around people whose parents didn't even speak English sometimes, like literally first generation Italian, like manja, eat, like I'd be over the house eating. I even grew up, my mom told me I used to always eat pasta too much because my babysitter was Italian. So I say that to say that I grew up around everybody. I'm friends with every culture. I have no problem with that. And if you're from New York, most of the time you have friends from different cultures, right? So in my neighborhood, we used to ride bikes. Me and my one of my best friends, Sabrina, we were riding our bikes around the corner from my house. And this little racist little boy, Anthony, I don't remember his last name, he would shout, get off my block, and get out of here, you little you know, just all kind of, and he might have been like 12 or 13. He wasn't even that big. And we might have been like 8. And you know, just shouting at us. And I remember we were so innocent and sweet. We didn't know. We were like, the Indians were here first. This isn't your block. And this is before, you know, it was culturally acceptable to say, we didn't know about Native Americans yet. We just said Indians. So we're like, the Indians were here first. He's like, I don't care, So, you know, it was really hurtful to see this. Then I remember, maybe, let's fast forward maybe a year later or two, maybe a couple years later, one of my friends was riding her bike, Puerto Rican girl, and he spit on her. So he was just a neighborhood terror, put it that way. And obviously, you know, his family is where he got it from. He's a kid, so he learned it from somewhere. But, you know, I just never liked him. I hated him pretty much. I hate to use those words, but that's how I felt as a child, you know, because nobody ever called me that. So I say now, fast forward, I'm about 19, 20, coming home from college at the gas station, and I see somebody lurking in the corners of the gas station. And then I look and I see sunken in cheeks, you know, and then he comes close and he's like, excuse me, you got $1? Can I get $1? And I'm looking at him and I'm like, ain't this a bitch? It's him, Anthony. I didn't have any money, and I wouldn't have given him any at the time. Now I'm more evolved. This is before I was meditating. Now I probably would have given him something. But back then, I remember I was like, ain't this something? So I wanted just to share a story of karma, because as my mother used to always say, you must live good with people, because you never know when you're going to need somebody, right? So I say that because all the stuff that's going on, all this divide that's going on, be good to people, be kind to people, because you never know when you're going to need them. Trust and believe that. That's my story time for today.